Hello everyone, this is Benyarko. I received a request to do a tutorial or a detailed tutorial on my African logged hand block chords and my Hilife scale. Now these are personal scales and chords that I invented. As many of my followers know, I'm an African pianist who has various jazz influences, and I try to merge those two techniques together. Now, in listening to players like Konimo, like Nana Kwame Pedu, like CK Man, after years of listening to them, I noticed they were playing a particular scale when improvising. And I figured out the scale and put it to the piano. And what I noticed was they were playing what I call was a high life scale. Now this high life scale is a C major scale with a B flat also added, which is very similar in jazz to the dominant bebop scale. Okay, that's a C major scale, and that's a high life scale. Now, why did they add a B flat? They did that because if you take a look at the C major scale, okay, it's made out of only 7 notes plus the octave. All right, and since high life is also just like in jazz, played in 8 notes, they wanted to even out the scale, so they have the B flat added to it. So we have 8 notes now plus the octave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus the octave. Back to the tonic. Okay. Now, as many of I'm influenced by people like Barry Harris, George Shearing, and a lot of jazz players. Now, during my research, I noticed that Barry Harris was finding ways to harmonize the chords. So, I asked myself, how can I harmonize the high life scale? So I came up with a way to do that. And what I did was to play uh, a dominant 7th chord or a mixolydian chord system which harmonizes it. Now, in jazz, a 2-5-1 progression is a D minor as a 2, so you have a D minor 7, a G7 as a 5, and you have a C major 7 as the 1. High life is totally different. In high life, you have the D minor 7th as a 2, a G7 as the 5, and instead of the major 7, you have a dominant 7, okay, because of the high life scale. So to harmonize this, what I did was take the first of the scale as a dominant 7th, the next D minor, next is a C7, a D minor, a C7, a D minor, a C7. The next last is actually F6. So you have the F chord with the C in the bottom, and then you have the 6. So we have C, D, F, and A. So F6, a G7 with the D in the bottom, and the last is a C dominant 7. Now I'll play it with the melody of the scale in the beginning, or the melody of the scale on the top, so that you hear how the sound sounds, the scale sounds. So as you can tell, I'm harmonizing the high life scale with these chords. C7, right, E in the bottom, D minor 7, B, F in the bottom, C7, G in the bottom, D minor 7, A in the bottom, C7, B flat in the bottom, F6, right, C in the bottom, G7, D in the bottom, and back to C7, okay? Okay, now, just as I said in my Barry Harris video, George Sharon used to play his chords with octaves, okay? So, in that sense, you can play these high life scale with octaves, and that will give you a fuller sound of a big band section or a jazz section. So you have a C and a C, and you play the seventh in between there, right? So you play your C7 and then you just add the octave. So C7, D minor, C7, D minor, C7, D minor, right? C7, D minor, F6, right? G7, and back to the C7. So you can also use the same technique in jazz to high life. Okay, you can even do a drop 2, okay, which is if you play your C7, okay, high life chord, and your first high life chord, you can take the second to last note, okay, and play it in here, and that's what you get. And that is a way to harmonize the note, the scale, and then get a much fuller sound. Again, this just an version by me. So, like I said, this Benyarko's High Life scale and High Life locked hand block chords technique. All right. Again, we have C7, D minor, right? To do one hand, okay, and you can highlight a lot. You can you can harmonize a lot of songs with that. Harmonize the Japanese songs, you know. Okay. So again, that is the High Life locked hand technique and High Life scale technique. For any more questions, email me at kbenyarkomusic.com. If you would like detailed one-on-one lessons, I do have a Skype lesson programs, and my students are doing extremely well. Just email me, and I'll give you all the information you will need to be part of that lesson program. Thank you for watching, and remember to share and subscribe.